The incessant buzzing of my phone jolts me awake. It's 3:33 a.m., the devil's hour, my grandmother used to say. I've been having these headaches for days now, ever since I started my research into the Bass House incident in Edensburg. The screen glows with an unread message from an unknown number. MARBAS watches. I toss the phone aside, unsettled. Sleep eludes me as I toss and turn, my mind replaying the stories I've uncovered. Disappearances, cult activity, and whispers of things beyond our understanding. Just as I'm about to drift off, a sliver of light unwillingly tumbles into the darkness, just enough to shape the shadows and make them dance to feed my growing madness. A putrid stench invades the timeless space. My eyes deceive me into witnessing a terrifying heliotrope glow around my chamber door. Unable to turn my gaze, as if in a deathly trance put forth by an unknown presence, I tremble at the sight of an amorphous broom sliding in through the crack under the door. My heart explodes into a rhythmless dance as my chamber door slowly creaks to life. I assume this is death. I am convinced I am witnessing my demise. Suddenly, a terrifying figure appears in the doorway. It has no weight, it has no height or mass, it is everything and nothing, it is everywhere and nowhere. I realize I don't possess the knowledge to describe or make sense of what I am witnessing. A clear indication that this thing does not belong in this frequency. It is not of this world, nor this dimension. The sounds of the night go mute, except for a sound coming from the entity, a sound not of this earth that repeats in a strange pattern. The closest thing my ears have encountered, or perhaps how my brain decides to perceive it, is the sound of radio static, or an electromagnetic buzz, mixed with the rhythmic beeping of a mad telegraph. The entity is motionless, as I am, yet the space between us appears to be less and less as his electromagnetic chant gets louder in my head. My brain tries to decipher the awful noise. Childlike screeches oscillate through waves of radio-like interference. Zasaz zasaz nastinda zasaz. I do not subscribe to dogmatic beliefs as a man of facts and science. However, the only way I can put what happened next in words has religious connotations. Forgive my ignorance as I write the following. As the screeching slows down to oscillate in our frequency, I feel my soul extricated from my physical body. My consciousness is no longer part of my earthly vessel, but moves about my chamber as if it were one with it. Zasaz zasaz nastinda zasaz. The chant reminds me of no known language, but somehow it's familiar. The static slowly fades away and the horrid screeching becomes clearer. MARBAS, MARBAS. My consciousness adopts memories that are not mine. Images of shapeless visages and giant edifices floating in impossible positions according to our physics laws lay a path leading to the horizon. What I can only describe as a sky is covered in the same heliotrope glowing fog that engulfs my chambers. Amorphous entities gather as if waiting for someone or something. Zasaz zasaz nastinda zasaz. I try to turn my gaze, but I have no eyes. Images of burning corpses take over my mind's eye. Great mounts of rubble and fire burn up to the sky. The shadow of a behemoth figure floats behind the heliotrope fog as if it was witnessing his work of art. 6 spherical lights appear where his head would be if it had an earthly form, glowing in that familiar heliotrope hue. It becomes aware of my presence, and a clawed tentacle-like arm reaches for me. Agiso marbs, angte ex gagil, salbabul, lon nerel hadoma e harfta. My heart explodes in dread, and I am back in my chambers, unable to move as if tethered to my bed. The entity is still there. I cannot see it, but I can feel it. It whispers those awful screeching chants into my ear. The pain of the static interference makes me aware and hyper-focused. Slowly my brain deciphers those evil words into a language I can understand. Il supremo felis leo el dubio e la replica. Il felis leo onnipotente el alpha e l'omega. MARBAS, MARBAS, MARBAS. A surge of electromagnetic energy engulfs my chambers, and the high-pitched sound of electronic buzzing bleeds my ears. My eyes explode into the fog. The darkness consumes me. The 6 heliotrope glowing eyes appear before me. Without speaking, it tells me, "Sei la nave che risveglierà il nostro prolocutore. Il supremo felice leo, il supremo marbas." I open my eyes as the sun's rays cover my body. It is morning, and I am alive. It was but a dream. I sit up in my bed, drenched in sweat, my heart still racing from that dreadful nightmare. I slowly compose and become amused at my childish response to a dream. Just as I am about to rise, my phone comes to life. The notification on the screen reads unknown number. As I unlock the phone to check my messages, I find hundreds of missed texts. From the same unknown number, they all read, MARBAS. The screeching electromagnetic buzz returns with a vengeance, and I am lost. I am trapped in my consciousness. I am nowhere. I don't understand how I am writing this or to whom. All I perceive is darkness and a faint heliotrope glow that calls to me. There is no time, there is no space. If someone is able to read, perceive, or hear this, zasas nastinda zasas moves.